This program is brought to you by Monflo, ITAR Innovative Technology, Real Root Supplements, Pro Privacy, Goud 999 en VRB, van eenmanszaak naar BV.
So criminal persons are preparing a worldwide pandemic for the year 2020. And they will say everybody should be vaccinated. Yeah, so everything else is a trick. Because if it's pre-planned, everything is a trick. But in the next attack, it's not about virus, it's about bacteria, less than
microbiome.
Yeah, it's called, the title, Attack on the Microbiome.
They are lying to you and they're controlling you.
That's your answer. We are beyond the tipping point.
During the BattleForScience in February this year, we brought some of the most courageous and outspoken international voices of our time to the Netherlands. Names such as Del Bigtree, Peter McCullough, Susharit Bhakti, and many others shared their perspectives on the state of science, health, media, and the societal developments we are all witnessing today. In addition to their appearances on stage, we recorded exclusive interviews. In this series, you now have the opportunity to watch these conversations. And today we offer you British health speaker Laura Anderson, who spoke with German medical doctor Heiko Schöning for LightHouseTV. A very special doctor. He warned the world already in 2019 for what was coming and fought a battle that only a few would survive. But he's still standing. Dr. Heiko Schöning, his full story.
This is the battle for science.
Hello and welcome to Lighthouse TV. I'm Laura Anderson. I come from the Channel Islands, public speaker and conference organizer, and I'm here today with Heiko Schöning. Thank you very much for being with us today.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity.
Yes. So there are so many things I want to ask you, but maybe I can start with the fact that when I was looking up what you've done and how you've traveled and navigated through these last few years, I realized that you were amongst the first to predict the pandemic back in September 2019, is that correct?
That's right, yeah.
Can I ask you to elaborate on that before I then ask you to maybe do a quick background of who you are?
Yeah, that's right. Here, I gave an interview on the biggest European independent media platform in Berlin in December 2018. It's 1 year in advance to COVID-19. And I said in the end, well, parts of the criminals I described before, so criminal persons, are preparing a worldwide pandemic for the year 2020. And they will say everybody should be vaccinated. And I warned in this interview the police and the paramedics. This was December 2018, but this was very risky, of course, with all the things. So we put it into the cupboard, like my life insurance. And this interview was broadcasted in September 2019.
Goodness.
So you're correct. Mm-hmm. So even months before COVID-19, it was broadcasted. Mm-hmm. And there, I solved the old anthrax case, an old criminal case, and said, well, parts of the criminals are planning for the year 2020 worldwide pandemic, and this is what we all experience with COVID-19. That's correct. So I said it in advance. It's a pre-planned crime.
And what was the reaction to your announcement?
Well, it was astonishing, so I would say. So it was viewed about 400,000 times before it was deleted.
I was wondering how quickly was that?
Well, in the next months, I would say. Mm-hmm. It took some months. But the repression to myself came on the very day. So from the first day it was broadcasted, so as a medical doctor, my part of my contracts were cancelled.
On the day?
Yeah, after this, yes. So, and the state invented like taxes, yeah, and put us under pressure and so on. So a lot of things.
A psychops.
Yeah, happened then. Yeah, and to the media platform, it was destroyed. So months after this, they changed the name after years of experience, 500,000 followers on YouTube and so on. They changed the name from CanFM to apollut.net. Even the interviewer changed his name from Cam Jepsen to his other name. Yeah, so a lot of things.
There was a lot of fear.
Well, let's say it was not clear these days what happened, but it was always block the message.
De uitzendingen van Lighthouse TV bevatten reclames. En ik weet dat sommigen van jullie daar last van hebben. Toch is het belangrijk dat ze er zijn. Want zonder deze inkomsten zou Lighthouse nu niet bestaan. Maar er is goed nieuws. Want vanaf oktober starten we met het Lighthouse Insider account. Daarmee kijk je al onze programma's volledig reclamevrij. Krijg je korting op de webshop, events en krijg je toegang tot de aankoop van een Lighthouse TV token. Een micro-aandeel op de blockchain. Mooie ontwikkelingen dus, maar tot die tijd wil ik je vragen om begrip. Haak niet af als je reclames ziet, maar probeer om te denken. Iedere spot die je ziet helpt Lighthouse TV financieel vooruit. En draagt indirect bij aan ons onafhankelijke en kritische geluid. En dat is keihard nodig. Dank voor je steun.
I understand.
So this was...
Yeah. So perhaps then I could ask you to elaborate on your background before that. What brought you to come to this conclusion or this prediction, if you like? Because I realize you've had the medical background, but you've also got a military background, which I know we're going to continue discussing sort of later on in this conversation. But can I ask you to elaborate a little bit on that in terms of your experience and what brought you to the piece?
Yes, so first, I'm 100% independent. I was and I am. Mm-hmm. So I'm a medical doctor.
Yeah.
Raised up in West Germany and in Lübeck at the Baltic Sea. And I went to the army for 3 years. We merged two enemy armies together, the West and the East German army. Great thing here. So we reduced the army by 2/3 here. Great success story. And then I went to the medical school in Berlin, Charité, and became a medical doctor, and did a lot of other things. Like I worked in accident and emergency, even in England, in Leicester, in the Leicester Royal Infirmary, yes. In Australia, the Royal North Shore Hospital in Sydney, and things like this. Well, and then with this experience on 3 continents in accident and emergency, I had the experience to treat patients who try to commit suicide with a painkiller, with paracetamol.
Okay.
In the US, it's Tylenol.
Yes, Tylenol.
Tylenol, yeah. So paracetamol is, it's quite common, that people try. So I have this experience. And now this is connected to a criminal case from the year 2001. In September 2001, there was these attacks on the World Trade Centers here. Plus, at the same period, same day, where the attack was with the anthrax letters. This was a bioweapon. Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, there was what is this? Like a 2-punch. Yeah?
Yes, it was. So, you didn't know which way to look, did you?
Yes. So and there were killings with these bioweapon, a bacteria, sent by letters, post letters.
Yeah.
Sent to high-level senators in the U.S. Parliament. Yeah, and sent to media outlets like the New York Post, and even a granny out in the woods was killed because one of her letters was contaminated. So it could reach out everybody. So this was a panic. Yeah? Terrifying. Yeah, and they said, who was this? And was a bioweapon inside? Yeah, so it must be a state.
Yeah.
So this was 2001. So big panic like corona. This was anthrax. Yeah, but they put it down because in 2001, 2002, in the early, they figured out, the material inside the letters and the attack letters, it came out of the U.S. Army itself.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. So it was the Ames stream from these bacteria. So this was U.S. Army stuff. Oops. So it wasn't a foreign attack. It was a domestic attack. Yeah. So, and what they did is they changed the search from a foreign attack and looking for a group to domestic evidence, but to a single perpetrator.
Quite.
Makes no sense.
Deflection.
Makes no sense.
We know they've done this before.
Well, the FBI was looking then 7 years for a single perpetrator.
Right. Yeah.
So because when it's the US, it must be then no group, it must be a single perpetrator.
Indeed.
They looked
just like JFK
for this. So first, and this is important for today, they had Stephen Hatfill, an individual, said, perhaps he is it. They harassed him for 5 years. He was playing a role, and he got $1 million per year. So in the end, he got more than $5 million.
For admitting.
Yes, because they screwed up his life, making a big show, and then they gave him money. But a few months after this, they said, now we have the real perpetrator. It's Dr. Bruce Ivans, from USAMRIID, a bioweapon facility in the US. We had a conference in August 2008, and the press said, can we talk to him? No, he committed suicide with paracetamol last week.
Wow.
Okay, what? And there my profession kicks in. So what? A microbiologist, a bioweapon expert, is killing himself with a painkiller? What? This is like if a Formula 1 driver would like to commit suicide, like Sebastian Vettel.
No, it's like a strange, ironical thing.
Yes. So the Formula 1 driver would say, okay, I will buy me a bike to commit suicide. And run against a tree.
I get it. The dots are so close together, you don't need a line
so
to
what?
join
No.
them. Yeah.
And so I thought, no, this doesn't make sense. And in real is it, so if you try to commit suicide with paracetamol, so the chance is about 1 to 1,000.
Okay.
In 1 to 1,000 cases. And in this year, 2008, there were around 100,000 cases in the US, and only 91 were successful.
So the likelihood of this is...
Yes. And there are a lot of other circumstances, no autopsy.
Right.
He died in 2 days, he was unconscious all the time, and so doesn't make any medical sense.
No.
Yeah, and they didn't try to get him into life with a liver transplantation and something like this. Hey, us perhaps, have you any colleagues? No, the FBI was not interested in all. And it
was a convenient...
Yes. So this is a case of Dr. Bruce Ivans, the anthrax case, and I followed this up.
Right.
Because of he commits suicide with paracetamol. I had the experience as a medical doctor in an accident emergency on 3 continents. Yeah.
And this brings you to this book that you wrote.
Yes. Yeah. But the
Game Over. Is that correct?
That's right. Yeah. We've got it here. Yeah. Game Over. So importantly, and thanks, all what I'm talking about now is laid down in a book with all the references, with original documents printed in
so
this.
People can go and they can look for themselves. This is a critical point now for people.
Exactly.
It's all very well listening to us, but they actually need to see it in print They need to be able to join their own dots.
Yes, exactly. It's there. And it's filled up with graphics. Yeah. So drawings, original documents. And so it's easy to make it easy to understand.
Yes.
Who are the real perpetrators about this. So long story short, I solved these cold case, the anthrax attacks, because what happened is some people covered up this crime, the mass murder with a bioweapon agent in this. So it's an active thing to do. And I figured out who covered it up.
Right.
And I laid it down in the book. And I saw, these are criminals, highly criminals who covered it up. Yeah. And I have all the evidence in the book here and presented all the evidence in this interview of December 2018. And so
I can see where you're leading towards a prediction.
Exactly. So I had the draft of the book in this interview in December 2018. Said, here, that's the anthrax case. That's it. And in the end, so I named the names who did it. I named the companies who were behind. And I said, and they are planning for the year 2020 a worldwide pandemic. And they will say, let's get vaccinated, everybody. So, and you asked about the reaction of the people. I think, like, very few people think, this could not happen.
It was too big for most people to conceive
This worldwide pandemic, everybody should be vaccinated.
Yeah.
No.
And then it happened.
And then it happened. Exactly.
Op dit exacte moment bewegen er miljoenen onzichtbare frequenties door jouw lichaam en de ruimte om je heen. Radiogolven, wifi, bluetooth, licht en geluid, magnetische velden en misschien zelfs signalen die we nog niet volledig begrijpen. Je ziet ze niet, je hoort ze niet, je voelt ze misschien onbewust, maar wat als ze meer invloed hebben op je leven dan je beseft? Wat is eigenlijk een frequentie? En als alles in het universum trilt, resoneert en een eigen frequentie heeft, welke rol spelen deze onzichtbare krachten dan in ons dagelijks leven? Nou, dat is één van de grote vragen die we gaan onderzoeken tijdens de allereerste editie van de BattleForScience op 18 en 19 september dit jaar. Na het grote succes van de BattleForScience in februari, waar de staat van de wetenschap centraal stond, gaan we nu op zoek naar antwoorden op vragen waar de wetenschap geen of nog geen antwoord op heeft. Welke invloed hebben frequenties op ons lichaam, op onze gezondheid, op onze emoties en bewustzijn? En als die invloed er dan is, hoe werkt dat dan? Nou, dat gaan we dus visualiseren. Op grote schermen tonen we live hoe geluid, water, licht en trillingen zich vertalen naar indrukwekkende patronen en vormen. Niet alleen maar om het te zien, maar vooral ook om te leren, te ervaren en te voelen. Laat je dus verrassen door inspirerende lezingen, live-experimenten met onder andere remote viewing, telepathie, tijdreizen, kwantummechanica en sound healing sessies die wetenschap, verwondering en beleving samenbrengen. Met bijzondere gasten zoals de Britse wetenschapper John Stuart Reid, Erik Larakker, Marijn Poels, Baptiste de Paap, professor Pierre Capel en vele andere stuk voor stuk sprekers die je zullen uitdagen om verder te kijken dan de grenzen van de traditionele wetenschap. Reserveer vandaag nog je ticket en beleef het allemaal op 18 of 19 september tijdens de allereerste editie van de Battle Beyond Science. Want alles heeft een frequentie.
Waarom zou je moeilijk doen met allerlei apps, wallets en bankrekeningen als dat in één account kan? Beheer al je euro's en crypto's eenvoudig in één app waarbij je altijd toegang hebt tot jouw geld. En de boodschappen betaal je eenvoudig met de betaalpas die je wereldwijd kunt gebruiken. Ga nu naar www.monflow.com/lighthouse en ontvang ook nog eens een gratis betaalpas.
Werk jij als ondernemer nog vanuit een eenmanszaak of VOF? Heb je een goedlopend bedrijf en maak je winst? Maar voel je je als een hamster in een hamsterrad? Je werkt hard, maar je komt geen stap vooruit. Dan kan dat heel goed kloppen. Want waar een eenmanszaak of VOF een fiscale fuik is en jou als ondernemer klein houdt, is een beschermende BV-structuur juist een fiscaal vliegwiel dat je helpt om iets op te bouwen en te groeien. Want met een beschermende BV-structuur betaal je tot wel 50% minder winstbelasting. Je houdt daardoor veel meer over om weer te investeren en al je bezittingen zijn optimaal beschermd. Wil je weten hoe dit zit voor jouw situatie? Vraag dan nu gratis het e-book aan Van eenmanszaak naar de beschermende BV-structuur via vrbadvies.nl.
So is that at the point you got to Speaker's Corner in London?
Yes, right.
When was that?
This was 26th of September 2020.
Okay.
Yeah, so
And-
one year after this interview was broadcasted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so in the beginning, the early beginnings of March 2020, I founded Doctors for Enlightenment, Ärzte für Aufklärung. We did so Doctors for the Truth, something like this, and others. We made demonstrations.
Right.
Yeah, so big demonstrations, and I was one of the speakers in a million demonstration in Berlin. So we had 2 times around 1 million people onto the street.
Can I just say at this point, I was blown away by the fact the media would say a few hundred, protesters would turn up, and then you'd see the footage, because the same thing was happening in London.
Yes.
And I've never seen groups like that join. And it was the most unbelievable thing that people could trust the media or believe the media when actually physically there were hundreds of thousands, as you say, millions of people walking the streets.
1 million, yes.
Yes, but it collectively,
Yes.
millions of people.
You're right, yeah.
And
They're
then-
just lying. They said in Berlin, they said it was 20,000 people.
There we go.
So,
It was
hello,
so
it was around 1 million.
unbelievably
And the police of the
inaccurate.
first said, and 1.3 million.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, even if it's 500,000 or 700,000.
It is a huge number of people. And so is that how you ended up at Speaker's Corner?
Yes, so we made this demonstration. So this was the first of August 2020. We had a big rally with all this, and I was supposed to speak after five hours of rally, walking around of the people, then a big stage. And what happened is the police raided the stage and plucked out inside.
So let me get this right, because I lived in London for many years.
Yeah.
And actually one of my friends, Chris Rebillard, who's just been talking at the conference I did in Guernsey, he was inspired as a young teenager by Speaker's Corner. He would go there to listen to honest debate. He realized that people had the opportunity to get up and say their truth, and they would be heckled from the ground and whatever, heckled being, challenged. And so there you would get this wonderful dialogue going. But
Sure.
what happened to you?
Well, so first, sorry, the 1st of August in Berlin. So what happened there? The police raided the stage. I couldn't speak.
Yeah.
But this was happy, and they said, go home. Everybody was sitting down on the street. It was
Right.
brilliant, peacefully. So nobody was going home. Yeah. But we said, we're coming back. And 4 weeks after this, 29th of August, we're coming back with even some more people. And then I had international support. So I picked up Robert F. Kennedy Jr. from the airport in Berlin.
I saw
we
the
drove.
footage.
We drove with 2 bodyguards to the Brandenburg Gate.
Yeah.
Made small speeches there, and then we performed a press conference. What I organized, and we had another press conference next day, and we were speaking next day in front of more than 1 million people. And JFK Jr. RFK Jr., he made a brilliant speech
I saw
over there.
that. I remember
And I was
that.
one of the
Yeah.
speakers there. So this was it. And then, so this was end of August 2020.
Okay.
4 weeks after this, I was in London.
Okay,
I was
so
invited
that was
as a
the
speaker.
moment. Yeah.
So at Trafalgar Square, in
Right.
front of National Gallery, 50,000 people are around. And here Piers Corbyn
Yes.
was speaking just before me, and David Icke, yeah. And then I was supposed to speak, yeah. And I was there, and the police came and raided the technical tent, just 5 meters behind me, and plucked out. So I couldn't speak to the people. So it was a big panic there. So wow, what is this? Yeah. So again, they prevented me from speaking. So the message was out that I said in advance, COVID-19 will happen. Yeah. So everything else is a trick, because if it's pre-planned, everything is a trick. So you can skip all things like science or something else. If it's pre-planned by criminals, everything is a trick. You can save a lot of time and resources if you are about, is this true? Yes or no? And when it's true, you say, oh, then we need to look after the criminals, after organized crime, and not wasting time with science, anything else.
Do you know something? I realize I was so grateful to have held on to critical thinking as a human being, because I realized as you're speaking, and I'm realizing who you're talking with and who's speaking out with you, the clear link was they were shutting down the greatest authorities and intellectuals in their fields. Why? That was my thought process. Immediately went to, okay, I'm being told this narrative, but these people, with their profound experience, are having the mic pulled. You know, the electrical plug is literally being pulled on what they're saying. I want to listen to them. That was my natural go-to. And then as soon as I started doing that, then I could easily join the dots, because it made perfect sense, whereas what I was being fed didn't. You know, I remember somebody saying to me once, Laura, if you wanted the pandemic to end, throw your television out of the window. And it really was as simple as that, actually.
You're right, yeah, you're right. And what happened after I was not allowed to speak at Trafalgar Square, so the crowd started to go via Oxford Street to Speaker's Corner.
Right.
From Trafalgar Square in London to Oxford Square, to Speaker's Corner. And they asked me to speak there. And I did. So I stood at Speaker's Corner, again with my yellow map there, and started to give a speech. Yeah. And what happened then was a police squad, with helmets, 50 people, brutally raided the spot and put me immediately into handcuffs.
Wow.
Yeah?
For standing there.
Yeah, for standing and for speaking. So, and the crowd cheered, so let him speak, and things like this. So was and these pictures went around the world, because there was me.
Well, it's hugely poignant.
In a dark suit with a dark tie, surrounded by yellow vest police with helmets, and they put me into a car and drove me half an hour through London onto the other side of the Thames to Wandsworth, and put me into isolation prison, and I was not allowed to speak to a lawyer.
I wondered if you were going to say that.
Yeah. I was not allowed to speak to my wife, even after 6 hours or something. So nobody, no lawyers,
so
nothing.
That's against your human rights.
Yes, right, I was in isolation. Only me in isolation.
And the accusation? What were they accusing you of doing?
Oh, this was interesting, because the sergeant who was in this car, then I had no resistance at all. There's all the footage now, as you can see. I did nothing, and was never accused of have any resistance or did anything wrong. And then I was in this police prison, and he was reporting to the sergeant there. So, okay, so what he did, and he said, he breached the COVID-19 rules of speaking to more than 30 people. And he looked. Okay. So normally normally you pay
yes, exactly.
£50 or something.
Or normally they wouldn't put you in isolation and prevent you from speaking to your lawyer.
Yeah, he said, okay, but he already get an order that I was in isolation. And what happened is, I can't say it now after years, so is two policemen of this stuff, One said to me, you know what? So I apologize. What's happening here? So it's all right. And one other said, if I wasn't on duty, I would be there as well. So this was the only thing, very slowly, what I have in all the hours here. Not. So I was locked up. I didn't know what happened. And this was a time where Julian Assange was in a British isolation
you knew
prison.
what could happen.
I knew what could happen for years.
Yes.
And I did nothing.
Yeah.
But I was calm. And I went to sleep.
Right. Well, probably the best solution. What I find interesting about that illustration is the fact that on a human level, the policeman would say that to you. The honesty. Yet they were trapped within something bigger, like a machine.
Sure.
That they were puppets playing out this role, which prevented you as the truth speaker from being able to share the information. That's sinister.
That's right, yeah. So, and the only call I got, so after I think 20 hours or something, was from the German embassy.
Right.
And he said, well, just to let you know, I know about your case. Yeah. I did not know what happened outside. So what happened outside were two things. First, there were rallies, protests, demonstrations in front of the embassies, of the British embassies in London, in Berlin, in Vienna, in Madrid, in Athens, all over. They said, free Heiko Schöning, free Heiko Schöning, free Assange, free Heiko Schöning. So they organized this, and thanks to these people.
It's beautiful.
So it was great. Plus, so Robert F. Kennedy Jr. posted on his X account, and you can look this up, 26th of September, 2020. He posted a photo from Bobby Kennedy and me together at the Brandenburg Gate. So we stand together.
Exactly.
And a big Mahatma Gandhi poster was in the back. Yeah, and he posted this and said, so, hey, the soft-spoken German doctor, Heiko Schöning, let him free. He was speaking at Speaker's Corner. Lenin and Marx were able to speak there after 700 years or so.
Exactly.
Yeah, they ended this.
This is a symbol of free speech.
So this helped. So what happened then after 22 hours? They released me.
Yeah.
And I learned that even people were camping in the night in front of the prison.
Oh, I find it profound. I find it. I run out of words sometimes for all of these sharings, and it's when we realize the power of humanity in terms of people who will step up and speak and be so honest. Do you feel like it's like everything that's happened to you, everything that you've experienced as a doctor and also in the army is like you've been in training for now? It feels like we've all had this sort of pre-training stage, and you talk about the war and you talk about having united the two fronts in Germany.
Je werkt hard en spaart, maar toch klopt er iets niet. Geld op de bank lijkt veilig, maar wordt steeds minder waard. Soms zit de oplossing in iets eenvoudigs. Iets wat al duizenden jaren waarde houdt. Goud en zilver. Bij Goud 999 koop je eenvoudig fysiek edelmetaal. Veilig en op jouw naam opgeslagen in Zwitserland. Meer dan 25.000 spaarders gingen je al voor. Wil je niet alleen sparen, maar ook jouw vermogen beschermen? Ga naar goud999safe.com/lighthouse en ontvang tijdelijk 5 gram zilver cadeau.
Waar komt ons eten vandaan en door wie wordt het gemaakt? Die vraag houdt mij al jaren bezig. Daarom ben ik gaan werken aan mijn eigen natuurlijke productlijn. Met ingrediënten van zorgvuldig geselecteerde boeren en afkomstig van dieren die een goed leven hebben gehad. Bij Real Roots beginnen we niet bij het product, maar bij de bron. We selecteren voedingsrijke ingrediënten uit de puurste leefomgevingen. Van vitamine A tot zink brengen we de kracht van dierlijke voeding samen. Orgaanvlees, bottenbouillon, colostrum, oesters en grasgevoerd rundvlees. In geconcentreerde vorm, zodat deze traditionele voedingsmiddelen op een eenvoudige en logische manier passen binnen een moderne dagelijkse routine. Ik ben Gino, oprichter van Real Roots. En ik geloof in de kracht van de natuur. Ontdek wat echte voedingsstoffen voor jou kunnen betekenen op realroots.nl met code LightHouse.
Wij staan voor een digitale wereld waarin privacy, veiligheid en vrijheid van meningsuiting de norm zijn. Vind jij dat ook belangrijk? Kom dan nu in actie en ontvang gratis de Pro Privacy Checklist met bijna 100 praktische tips waarmee je vandaag nog je privacy kunt terugpakken. Ga naar proprivacy.io/checklist.
And I wanted to bring it now to, your discussions about what's happening in real time, because that's where we are now.
Yes.
Can I ask you to
Yes,
talk
sure.
to that?
Yeah, you can. So, to be honest, I never felt that I was prepared for this. So, this is all good. But it helps.
It does.
It helped. Yeah, well, it was...
Because you know what you're looking at.
Yes, and for me, so in a situations like this, what I got and in other situations after this, what really helped was rowing. I was a rowing professional in my young days, and especially for the British, I took place several times at the head of the river race in London.
Yes.
With the 428s. Several times I was there and rowing. Yeah. So this was, and
it was good training.
Was good training. Yeah. So if you really know about your body, the mental challenges, this was good training. And I had 3 marathons before running. Before this in Berlin, and so it helps.
It does.
Yeah. So, and I was kind of relaxed because I'm telling the truth, and even now, so I'm living a happy life on the one hand, but with a lot of repression and challenges. Yeah, and of course, I want to protect the people, the patients. Yeah, I'm a medical doctor. It's about
took a Hippocratic
quality of life, and it's about a longer life. That's it. Yeah, no political things. So not left, not right, not black or white or tall or something.
It's observation,
so
isn't it? It's about
in an accident emergency. It's like okay, you be calm, facts. And doing this. So this was a situation, and that's the situation still.
Yes. So would you describe yourself as an optimist?
Yes, yeah. But I was very wrong with the COVID-19. I never could imagine that so many medical doctors would confirm this very weak narrative with so many things. Yeah, and go along with their official story.
So what's your explanation for that? Multifactorial?
Multifactorial. So we shouldn't waste the time.
Fair enough.
Now on this. Yeah, so, but
devastating
not brave
nonetheless.
enough. And I can say it's not clever. Yeah, for themselves, for their families. Yeah, on the long run, and not good for their health.
No,
because you need to go to a position of lying, of hiding, and not speaking out.
Yeah.
So that's much better.
Yes.
Even if you got repression from outside, you can cope with it better. And it's always like, if you know something about, and still this is what I'm doing with writing books and giving talks. Yeah. So if you know what the truth is about, you can cope much better. Yeah. But if you don't know what's going on, you are in fear.
Totally.
Yeah? Because in the fear you can't control, you don't know.
Well, you're not thinking.
This is much stronger. Yeah, it's better you know, and in the end, it's organized crime.
Yes.
It's not new.
I agree.
It's humans, criminal humans.
Yeah, I can see that. When you're in fear, you're not able to process anything at all. Whereas no matter how difficult the truth might be, no matter how much that realization might impact you on a personal level, or if you're a doctor how it may have impacted your family and your patients and everything else by you having pushed certain protocols or certain vaccines. If you don't dive into it now, it's an impossibility to move forward, or it's certainly a very terrifying place to be. I just don't see how they can sustain it, because from where I'm sitting right now, I can see this building like a volcano. The information is literally tumbling out as we're breathing in and out. That's how it feels. I know maybe you feel, I mean, you predicted this. You've been sitting here for years feeling what's going, I can't even begin to imagine what that must have been like. You actually recording the prediction and then having to sit there and wait.
My hard time was before.
Oh my goodness.
Before COVID, because I knew what will happen. The story is so complicated, so not a lot of people would believe it, or so could imagine.
Yes.
Yeah. And for me, I saw what was coming. So I saw all the dead bodies, it's the biggest crime in the history of mankind.
Yes.
Yeah. This is what it is. Yeah. And it's a planned crime. So planned by criminals. And these are connected to the anthrax case. And what the other side was doing is, so it was not a good idea to kill the messenger, but kill the message and kill the broadcasting.
Did very successfully.
Yes, and this is what they did, and this is the reason why we are sitting here 6 years after this.
Exactly.
And telling the same story again. Sorry for people who already listened to this. Okay, anthrax, we know, and you predicted this.
But for so many people, and for the vast majority of people, this is new.
Yes, and especially to the British people.
Yes,
you've got a wonderful British accent. Yeah. So, but what happened, even when I was arrested at Speaker's Corner and things like this, so I got less to zero support, no support by the people.
I think
they took my mobile phone, they took my laptop. Even now, I haven't got it back.
No, I don't think you're ever going to get that back. Actually.
So I never got support by the British movement or something. They never invited me back or apologized or something else.
You can see
never
the people of Great Britain are very trusting. We've been led, we've been drawn into this place of just trusting authority and listening, and I came from latterly from a very small population in Guernsey, where they really do, they just gave away everything to their public health, to their government and everything else. So it's the biggest pill to swallow to realize that they've done that, but that was the wrong thing to do, which is what they're now having to. Our event was sold out. We had to start late because they couldn't fit everybody into the car park, And for me, what a blessing it was that they came and they listened, but also at the same time a devastation that they had to. You know this. It should never have happened in the first place, but it did, because we understand that it was such a pre-planned event. And you as a chess player, as a strategist, you've seen this, and this is the most unbelievably layered game of chess that's ever happened. It feels like it's like it's sort of a chess warfare against the entire human population that the human population didn't even realize they were participating in, or the vast majority.
It's interesting that you mentioned chess, because we haven't talked about it before. And
that's my visual.
Yeah, because I'm a chess player.
Yes, there we are.
So I was never in a club, but I have some talent for this. So I'm in sitting sports like rowing and chess.
Yes, well, they're slightly different.
And it's like a chess game, what it is, and so on. Okay, so this was the past. Yeah, but the thing is, so I discovered the criminal network before with the anthrax attacks, and I predicted COVID-19. So, and the things went on. So, and they had they're planning new crimes, and I was able to publish what they're planning next. Yeah. So this is very important.
So you've published this?
Yes, we published this. So the first book came over with
Right.
The undertitle Anthrax 01 and COVID-19.
Okay, so we need to make sure the link to that is put underneath.
Yeah,
this
so in
people can access that.
courage.media, C-O-R, doesn't matter. So this was the first book, was published in 2021. So after this, because I was making demonstration organization. It was not about making money with a book. If I would do it in 2020 early or something like this. So we did it in a very professional way, with all the evidence in a very good way to print it in 21. But in the next attack, it's not about virus, it's about bacteria, less than
microbiome.
Yeah, it's called, the title, Attack on the Microbiome. So the same kernel structures planned parallel to this COVID-19 narrative and structures. They planted with bacteria and with antibiotics. So everybody should take an antibiotic after they say there's a killer bacteria going on. We need to lock you down because of this deadly killer bacteria. Yeah, same stuff. Yeah, and they invested billions of money, not in Gavi. So CarpX is the organization where they're building this up. The same,
it's the same
usual
game.
Suspects like Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and all the others are in. So the thing is, I was able to publish the book end of December 2023. Yeah, and now it's translated into English.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
So we can make this go viral.
Yes.
Because
and both books has got DVDs inside.
Right.
So you can watch this interview I gave in December 2018.
Yes.
I said.
Yes.
You can see it.
You can see the whole thing.
Yes. And
this
a lot
is your
of other
gift.
stuff.
This is the gift that you can give to people that can really spread what you've learned, what you've been studying, what you've learned, and what you're trying to share, and what you've been unplugged from saying in real time. And I know we're coming to the end of this interview now, Heiko, but I just wanted to thank you so much for everything that you have done. And that might sound trite, but the impact that the book can have. Knowledge is the way forward. And I feel that you're extremely optimistic. For all that's happened, that if people grab hold of this now, if they start to join their own dots, because it's all very well us trying to tell them, but in the end, people have to make their own conclusions.
Sure.
And this is the tool by which they can do that.
Yeah, it's a medium and long time thing to have this on paper, offline.
Yes.
Yeah, mounted on paper with the DVDs. You can watch them without internet and so on. You can even give it to children and grandchildren.
Exactly.
So with the names, with the references, with the original documents, and even with the Attack on the Microbiome, confirmation by Bill Gates himself.
There we are.
Yeah.
Full circle.
It's on the DVDs. That's it. And yes, to the end, I can say, let's focus on the right things. So we are here in the Netherlands with a battle for science. I can tell you, it's not science. It's not about science, about organized crime. Yeah? And what they're doing now is they're preparing for war in Europe. They're drafting people.
Yes.
Yeah? They're preparing for war. We need to address this.
We do.
Because it's the same structure of the organized crime.
It's exactly the same thing,
Yeah.
just reinvented again
Yeah.
on a bigger and greater scale.
Right.
We trust that people are going to start realizing that there's a pattern forming here before it's too late. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much indeed.
Op dit exacte moment bewegen er miljoenen onzichtbare frequenties door jouw lichaam en de ruimte om je heen. radiogolven, wifi, bluetooth, licht en geluid, magnetische velden en misschien zelfs signalen die we nog niet volledig begrijpen. Je ziet ze niet, je hoort ze niet, je voelt ze misschien onbewust, maar wat als ze meer invloed hebben op je leven dan je beseft? Wat is eigenlijk een frequentie? En als alles in het universum trilt, resoneert en een eigen frequentie heeft, welke rol spelen deze onzichtbare krachten dan in ons dagelijks leven? Nou, dat is één van de grote vragen die we gaan onderzoeken tijdens de allereerste editie van de BattleForScience op 18 en 19 september dit jaar. Na het grote succes van de BattleForScience in februari, waar de staat van de wetenschap centraal stond, gaan we nu op zoek naar antwoorden op vragen waar de wetenschap geen of nog geen antwoord op heeft. Welke invloed hebben frequenties op ons lichaam, op onze gezondheid, op onze emoties en bewustzijn? En als die invloed er dan is, hoe werkt dat dan? Nou, dat gaan we dus visualiseren. Op grote schermen tonen we live hoe geluid, water, licht en trillingen zich vertalen naar indrukwekkende patronen en vormen. Niet alleen maar om het te zien, maar vooral ook om te leren, te ervaren en te voelen. Laat je dus verrassen door inspirerende lezingen, live-experimenten met onder andere remote viewing, telepathie, tijdreizen, kwantummechanica en sound healing sessies die wetenschap, verwondering en beleving samenbrengen. Met bijzondere gasten zoals de Britse wetenschapper John Stuart Reid, Erik Larakker, Marijn Poels, Baptiste de Paap, professor Pierre Capel en vele andere. Stuk voor stuk sprekers die je zullen uitdagen om verder te kijken dan de grenzen van de traditionele wetenschap. Reserveer vandaag nog je ticket en beleef het allemaal op 18 of 19 september tijdens de allereerste editie van de Battle Beyond Science. Want alles heeft een frequentie.
This program is brought to you by Monflow, ITAR Innovative Technology, Real Root Supplements, Pro Privacy, Goud 999 en VRB, van eenmanszaak naar BV.